Hello, this is Johnny. Today I'm gonna go over Metal Slug, the Metal Slug series. I have several people ask about it. They ask for both system. They want to know if Metal Slug will work on both system. And also I want to give you an update on Neo Geo Mini about the image. The problem with the image is I finished the whole list. What I was thinking about is now we're moving it, and you guys could change the game.ini and pick the game you want, and you don't have to delete anything. You just go to your game.ini list, modify it the one you want, and don't go over 50 game. I don't recommend it because the system that have a lack of resource. And you'll be surprising, Neo Geo, all the Metal Slug work except Metal Slug 5 Plus, because that's the a bootleg game. 4 Plus is also a bootleg game. So Metal Slug 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Plus. Let me bring it closer. 4 Plus and 5 Plus, 5. And 5 Plus is the one it will not load. Okay, I used a zip file. It didn't want to load, and I used the FBA one as well. Now, one good news is this is 6, and this is the X. So I have all the Neo Geo here, but I will have to remove this one because this bootleg will not work. The only one. Now, one thing I find out that we are bad about, if you put a lot of game in here, the Neo Geo, the problem is the system doesn't have enough resource, enough power to display too much in one screen. If you get more than 170, which I did, I put 170 in the game list, and it will show me nothing. It will show me blue screen. It will not even come up. I mean, it boot up, but it won't show nothing. Too much graphic, it won't work. And also, but one good news is I was able to do this. I was able to put all the library plus the Capcom into the final burnout, which is CPS. Sorry. Okay, this one right here. Okay, so what I did is you could just keep this the way it is. Okay. Burn the one that I have that have 67 game plus 6 emulator. Okay, and then you first, before you could use the USB. Okay, I think we just talk about this one right now. Before you use the USB, you have to have an image that is running. Okay, then you convert it to then you download a new one called system.image. Then you just burn just that one file. Okay. Now, if you want to put it back where you don't want to use this, you could just burn just the system image, the original one, back, and then you don't need this anymore. Then it will show up what you have here, the original burn on this system, not original burn on this system, but the hack version, the one you download from me. So, but you have to have an image. You have to have partition, everything working before you could use this, because I tried without it and the USB would not work. Okay, so you have to have an image and then burn a new system.image, which is tell it that you don't want to boot it from here no more, you want to boot it from here. Then it will see this. Okay, now since we are running from a flash drive, one good thing about flash drive is you could put everything here. Okay, so I got 6 emulator. Now I tried to add one called Neo Geo Capcom, one called Neo Geo, one called Capcom, and I create a different folder, and it will see the folder, but whenever load, it only knows there's 6 of them. So when it load this one, even though the title and the icon is show, one show Capcom, one show Neo Geo, but it still load Super Nintendo. As odd as it could be, it will not let me change. So that's the reason when I was trying to test Turbo 16, it won't let me do it, because it know number 1 is Capcom, number 2 is NES, number 3 is so on. So it won't let you change even though your game.ini .ini, you change the like I want to show this first, I want to show that one first. It automatically know this is the first one, this is the second one, so it won't let you change. There's only 6 emulator that is built in from this hack. It won't allow you to change it. So I tried to do that, so it didn't work. So I put both Neo Geo and Capcom here. Okay, so let's check it out. You have 232 game. Okay, the first 60 game is all Capcom. Is converted to a zip file to FBA, meaning that you could run that single file by itself without the Neo Geo ROM or the family or the this one, this two. Well, they don't call it this one, but like set 1, set 2, version. So here is the 60 game, and you got all the Street Fighter, Mega Man in here as well. I thought I renamed that, but that one still show up. So I have 2 versions of that. See what there's 1, there's 2. They're exactly the same. I thought I removed it, but I didn't. Okay, and there's 19XX, 1944, and all this game here, FBA, are pretty much you could guarantee it work, except the metal slot 5+. It does not work. Okay, and as oddball as it could be, it worked on that system over there. It will not work here. Same file, same zip file, everything. It will not work here. It's kind of, and so here's the problem. This is a Neo Geo, but not all the hack game will work on this system. That's the reason there's a, majority there's supposed to be like 100, less than 160, and everything else is a hack, like a modification or version 1 and 2. Like Metal Slug, you have Metal Slug 4+. 4+ is they modify it, and then the 6 is actually a 3, and then a hack version makes 6. There's no really a Neo Geo 6. So when you're trying to find a Neo Geo artwork, it's hard to find one. Okay, so there's no really a Neo Geo Metal Slug 6, but that's a hack version. Now this hack version 6 will work, but 5+ will not. Even though it worked on that machine, it will not work here. So you got all this 60 game in here, which is pretty cool. And also another things I wanted to make it clear to you guys, since we're talking about Neo Geo, and my next video I'll talk about that. This Metal Slug, this Neo Geo Mini, if you have a choice, I recommend you get something else like the AIWO. Okay, it's cheaper and you got 6 buttons. You got more fun playing with this one. If you try to hack this one to make it look like this one, it doesn't make sense, because this one you don't have to hack it. Well, eventually we trying to hack it so we can put more emulator. But this one you hack it, but it doesn't do well. The system lack of resource, memory, and power. So even I spent a whole 2 days, or roughly close to 6 hours, getting all the library into the system, and it won't come up, and got me so like what. And then I reduced the size of the ROM to 50, and I think I did like 670, and it had problem where the game you will have to turn it off, play a game, turn it off, play another game, turn it off, play a different game. So that's what is a pain in the neck on this thing. Okay, all right. So let's continue with this list. So what I did is I put all the game in here, Capcom, the one that I like, a lot of people like, and X-Men Children and everything. Now here is where the Neo Geo come. Okay, so whatever you have minus the 232 minus like 170 something of Neo Geo. All right, and all this Neo Geo game work. Okay, that I know of. I'm not sure about this one, because this one I have problem with FBA, but I don't have problem outside the one that I put in there. This Sonic Wing 2 and 3. it play well outside, but it doesn't play well inside. So there's a bug inside. Well, I mean it play, but just I think the sound just go away in a certain. But I haven't got a chance to test all this yet. So then you have all this Neo Geo game that some of this that you don't really want to play because it's in Asian writing and Asian language, and you can understand what you're doing, and the question they're asking you is in Asian. So some of this are Neo Geo library, but I think there's like 3 or 4 of them that is there, but you cannot play it unless you understand the language of the culture. Okay, and so there is all this Neo Geo game. Now some of them is really funny. Is I name it to uppercase, very case sensitive. It won't let me change to a lowercase on the ROM, so I change the picture name to uppercase. And some of them it will not let me change it, so I delete it and re-download it. And now this one, I got a couple of them still have no image. This is the list I have when I first started. Okay. They don't have image, so I went back and double check it and then rename it to uppercase because I know I have all the image for all my game, but it's apparently don't show up. So I have to put this uppercase, and then now the one with the line, meaning that it still have issue. I still have issue with the pictures. Rest of them is fixed, but this one still have problem. This one is uppercase and still have problem. This one still have problem. No have pictures, and then 2 more down here. Okay. All right, and so yeah, there you have it. So this one I have all the library in here, but the problem is the system cannot handle it. That is my point to you guys, is the system cannot handle. I even have this crazy game here, and I don't know the one inside the main, it actually work most of them, but the one outside I can't guarantee that it work because I tried to test it. I even re-download the Metal Slot 4 Plus, and it compressed okay, but it still won't work. So, but I think I finally fixed Metal Slot 4 Plus, but Metal Slot 5 Plus it won't work. But what is weird is it worked on that machine, and I'll show you in just show you. And so yeah. So you got all this 170 game that I have already set up. Okay, so I'm just gonna test it more before I release it out to you guys, the image. So you have to do just unzip it and you can play it. Okay, this is Metal Slot 1, Slot 2, Metal Slot 3, 4, and there's 4 plus. Okay, and there's 5, and there's 6. And X. Now 6 also play well on this machine, but it load very slow. And I want to give you an example how slow it is to load. I don't know, is it? And sometimes you get this kind of weird thing, but it does work. Okay, then you're gonna press insert. Now this one is running from an emulator, so it's not as bad as the one outside. I'll show you the difference, how slow that other one is. Now this system don't have joystick issue. It's not because the ROM did not fix the issue, okay? Or cause the issue. See, if I don't move, it still have a little bit glitch. See, it still will turn to the other side by itself. See that? But it doesn't move. The other joystick that have problem, it will move. Okay, if you don't touch it, it will move to the left by itself. And that's the problem with this hack. So yeah, I don't recommend hacking it if you really want to. See, in freeze up. I don't recommend hacking it. I spend a lot of time, and all that time to me, I feel like it's wasted because the machine cannot handle it. And I don't know what to do. If I give it to you, you guys gonna be texting me like crazy. Johnny, why this doesn't work? Why this is freezing up? Why that? So I'm not even sure I should even give it to you. I mean, I give it to you. You could put that in this machine or different machine, but this machine cannot handle it. and this is the problem you will be running into. Neo Geo will work if you have some game, like the one I gave you. You know, that if you could burn it into here, it will work okay. The system could only handle 2.5 gigabyte. Anything bigger like a SD card and stuff is too much. The system cannot handle all that information. Try to store on the memory. It doesn't have enough brain in this system. If you understand, no brain. This one, not enough brain. Cannot play. Okay, so yeah, and I can't get out, and I have to shut this thing off. Now, if you play it from the main screen, it have the similar problem as well. Okay. And I already create all the cache. I went to all the game, make sure if the system will tell you if you need to create the cache on this main screen of all the game. If you run it, it will tell you if you need to or not. And here's the Metal Slot 6. Now I know this is a hack version. The system does not run well with hack game. So if you have non-hack Neo Geo game you put here, it'll be okay. But if you have a hack game, some of the game will cause it to freeze up or cause it to where the next game you try to play, you will have to turn it off before you could play the different game. I think this one played okay. It didn't freeze up like the other one, but it takes longer time to load. So sometimes you're not sure, is it really loading or is it freeze up on the beginning. So this one play okay, don't have the problem, didn't freeze up. So this one actually play okay. I mean, if you guys, you could grab this image, but if you have problem, please, I mean, I will try to help you, but I mean, if you really want me to give you a good one, I will have to sit here and test every single game because I don't know what's the problem with this thing, you know. You could save it. See, that's it freeze up. Okay, finally safe. Okay, it didn't kill me. Good. Alright, so Metal Slot 6 is working. Metal Slot 5 Plus do not work. So if you try, it will freeze up. Metal Slot 5 work fine. You know. So yeah, if you play one game before you turn it off, the resource memory don't have enough, and you have to turn it off and come back again and play the same game. See, it frees up because the 6 use up too much resource. So this is a problem you have with Neo Geo. So it's good to put on USB, but don't overkill it. Don't I mean, I don't know, maybe I have to create a smaller image because apparently this system can, I mean, everything is there. It's working. It's just that it cannot. I mean, it lost its resource. I mean, if you could deal it like, if you could play it like that, then it's fine. This is a Metal Slot 5. Let's try that again. Okay. Not while go, it freeze. Now, if you turn it off and turn it back on, it will work. See, and it take a long time. See, so this thing do not have enough power inside the system. Do not have enough memory in here. No brain, no memory in this system. So every time you play one game, you have to turn it off and start over. You cannot continue playing different game without turning it off. This system will require you to turn it off and turn it back on when you're playing now what? It frees up already. Press A, press select. See, freeze up already. So this is kind of problem I'm having with this one. Okay, so I don't even know I should even give you this because it's just gonna create problem for everybody and even myself. Now let's look at this one. This one, same game, no problem. Somebody told me to test the Nintendo Okay, there's a game that I finally downloaded the Metal Slug file that work, and the Metal Slug file is actually in. I put it all in the Neo Geo, so all the Neo Geo games should all work except Metal Slug 5 because that's a bootleg. So I downloaded from a location called wowworms.com. Okay, CoolWorm doesn't work. FreeWorm Metal Slug 5 doesn't work, and that one .com doesn't work either. So the only one that work is this one right here. So if you go to this one, you start the Metal Slug 5 Plus, it will work fine. Okay. And when you click enter, sometimes you have to wait. And if it still doesn't work, press it again. There you go. And there we go. So I don't know why you have to press